So let's dive into the yelping of a hen turkey, the call that we all do every spring, and that's the main call of most turkey hunters, and how we get gobblers to react to us, respond to us. Let's dive a little bit deeper in the yelping of a hen turkey and how you can use it to your advantage even better this coming turkey season. Hen turkey. It is the go-to call of every turkey hunter that's ever turkey hunted. From the experienced guy that's been hunting for many years to the inexperienced that this is your first year turkey hunting, just about everybody can do a yelp. And that still is the call that gets most gobblers to respond to a turkey hunter when they call. But a lot of times yelping is misunderstood. You know, if you go around to like shows, if you're, go to the NWTF convention or you go to a hunting show and they're selling turkey calls, you can listen when a person picks up a turkey call and you can tell about 8 out of 10 times it's a turkey hunter that's got the same exact yelp. And I guarantee you most of them do that same exact yelp all throughout their season. It's a habit. It's a habit that needs to be broke, because a hen turkey doesn't always just yelp the same 7, 8 notes. But you know a lot of times how I can tell if it's a hunter or if it's a turkey out there while I'm hunting? If I'm on public land or if I'm on a private where there's other turkey hunters, usually by their yelping. If it's the same yelp on this ridge and then they go down, it's the same yelp down here and it's the same yelp over here, I can pretty much tell that's a hunter. Because hen turkeys very seldom do the same yelp. They mix it up. But a lot of times we get in habits and we like to hear ourselves call and we think we sound pretty, so we just do the same thing. We'll put a mouth call in and we'll put up, get our box call or whatever our favorite call is, and we'll do the same yelp. Let's talk about the different yelps and the different scenarios you can use to put more realism in your turkey hunting. This one yelp that I do a lot is when I accidentally, I don't purposely do it, but when I accidentally spook some turkeys and I happen to see the gobbler go that way and the hens go that way, if he's a hen up gobbler and you just spook them, maybe you go around the corner of a field, you don't know they're there, you spook them. Or maybe you go across a ridge, getting to somewhere else and you spook them. And you see the hens go that way and the gobbler's going that way and you bust them up. You think, oh man, I really messed this up, might as well go to the house. No, that's the furthest thing from the truth. Call them back in. Go back to the fall turkey hunters' tactics of, when they scatter turkeys and they call them back in. Well, you could do the same thing in the spring. And a lot of times I've accidentally spooked turkeys and called the gobbler back in, an hour later, a few minutes later, just by doing an assembly yelp. An assembly yelp is a hen who is trying to get that flock back together, where it's 3 or 4 hens and a gobbler, or maybe in the fall, we do this a lot in the fall where we're trying to get a whole flock together. But the same thing happens in the spring. So an assembly yelp is a good yelp to remember when you accidentally bump a turkey, or when you have a henned up gobbler out there, and maybe try some assembly yelps to the hen out there. It may not work, but sometimes it does. This is something that I'll at least try. And an assembly yelp is something like this. It's longer, it goes for a few seconds longer than a normal yelp, but she's trying to assemble that flock back together. So when I spook a gobbler, I'm trying to be that hen that's trying to get trying to get him back. All right, so a lot of times I'll just really throw that assembly yelp and change the pitches. This is why I like a mouth call, because you can change the pitches, because I don't like just a monotone yelp. I want to change the pitches. I'm just, I'm trying to be that hen that's just out there walking, moving, and calling, and my body's going up and down, so that's what she's doing trying to change the pitches. I tell you, I have seen times where that assembly yelp can break a gobbler's silence and get him to gobble, and he'll come right on in. So, you know, that's a scenario that some people face. I don't try to do it, you know, purposely, but sometimes it happens. But when I happen to flush a gobbler off away from his hens accidentally, I'll try that assembly yelp, and many times that yelp right there has got him to break his silence and come in to find that hen that he's lost, trying to get back together with. So that's just a yelp that you might want to keep in the back of your mind for when that accidentally happens to you, because you hunt long enough, it's going to happen. Now, you've heard me say soft calling is going to kill you a lot more turkeys than loud calling, all right? And when you start soft calling, especially when that gobbler's coming in, or even when, you know, the gobbler, you don't even think there's one around, but you're just up there doing some blind calling, when you're just setting up different places and calling, don't ever overlook the 1, 2, 3 note yelps. That's what a hen does all throughout the day. Instead of this just 6, 7, 8, 9 note, you know, yelp that a lot of people like, you'll find that turkey out there that throughout the day that's just yelping 1, 2, 3 notes, and it sounds like this. I throw a lot of 1 note yelps because it sounds real. That's what they do. I've heard so many hen turkeys over the years just yelp 1 note and that's it. I'll throw some clucks and purrs in there too. But don't ever overlook that short little 1, 2, 3 note yelps when you're trying to call, especially when you're blind calling and you're doing your soft calling, like when a gobbler's coming in also. But especially when you're doing that blind calling, throw a lot of 1, 2 note yelps in there, because that sounds so much more real, especially on pressure turkeys where they're, you know, where they're really pressured with a lot of other hunters. That 1, 2, 3 note yelp, you can do it in a sequence, like do a 3 note, then, you know, 2 note, then go back to 3, then go to 1. Just kind of make your own little pattern. Man, I'll tell you what, sometimes that right there is a deadly, deadly call, especially on high pressure turkeys. So practice that. Get out there with a good call that you can use real good and just do that 1, 2, 3 note yelps. Deadly, deadly call. And so practice that, and this coming season, when you're not having a lot of luck getting them to respond on them quiet mornings, try that blind calling with them 1, 2, 3 note yelps. You'd be surprised how many gobblers just come slipping in right on you, and you never knew he was there. Another yelp that you'll hear a lot is a walking yelp, and this is where a hen's just out there walking. She's just kind of doing her things. I'll throw some clucks and purrs in there, but this is where she's just walking and yelping at the same time, but it's sort of soft, it's not real loud, and it sort of sounds like this. Notice I'm not, you know, getting that volume up. I'm keeping everything down here under my breath, and I'm just yelping under my breath and just being that hen that's just sort of walking. Deadly call right there. She's just content. She's just out there walking, doing her thing, but she's just kind of yelping real soft. Gobblers hear that. They hear that out there 70, 80, 90, 100 yards. So that is just a deadly call I've used over the years, but don't get in the habit of just yelping the same way. Don't get in the habit of just throwing that call out. The same sequence, the same rhythm. Mix it up and throw a lot of these different types of yelps in there, and just put more realism in your turkey calling. And a lot of times that's what's going to cause you to be more successful, when you can just up your game when it comes to the smallest little details. I really do believe it makes a difference. Most of the turkey season, when I'm just out there calling, I'm doing the 2, 3 note yelps and that walking yelp under my breath. I've killed more turkeys with that walking yelp than I have just about any other yelp out there. That's the truth, and that's why I use it. You know, sometimes when I hunt with, you know, fans of the channel, and sometimes I do go to hunts that I'm invited on. Can't hunt with everybody, but sometimes I do go, and After about 2 or 3 days with me, you know what I hear more than just about anything is they'll say, man, you know, I realize you call way softer than I do. You know, just being out here the last couple of days with you, even when you're just walking, you know, going from one place to another, you call real soft. And I think I'm calling way too loud. And that's pretty much what all turkey hunters do. They call way too loud because they get in that habit of calling the same way. But I hear that a lot. But I do that walk and yelp, and I do them soft little sounds because I believe that's just more real, and I believe that's what turkeys do every day more than this loud calling. So when you can mix up your yelping, you're going to have a lot more success with your turkey calling. So remember that this turkey season and practice them different yelps and see if that don't work a lot better for you than just the same old yelping you've been doing. I'd appreciate if you hit that subscribe button because we're going to have a lot more videos coming in the weeks to come. Turkey season's about to open for most of the country, so we're going to be really traveling a lot in the next few weeks, turkey hunting and bringing you turkey hunts. So you don't want to miss any of this action and also the education. And make sure to join my Facebook, my Instagram, check out all the partners links in the description below. Check out Tidewe.com where you can get a lot of great hunting apparel over there and a lot of hunting products, Rangerfinders, blinds, boots, a lot of great clothing over there. Just use that promo code Dale for even a better discount. Check out Stoker shotguns, the official shotguns of Dale Outdoors. Check them out. If you're looking for a good turkey gun, you can't beat a Stoker, in my opinion. Tough gun and great for the money, and just check them out. And also check out Spring Fever Custom Calls where you get all my signature calls. This is my Matt Dell 2.5 mouth call. They're available on the website over there. Also the little slide and the old slide will be back in stock really soon, so keep looking for that. They just sold out all the time, but you don't want to be without that little slide hybrid call, and make sure to check that out. And also my slate calls, and check out all the other partners and links below. We really appreciate all our partners and what they do for us, and just check them out, and we appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next video.